Hey guys, so I hope that you're all doing well. This is officially the first video of Halloween season 2015. So if you enjoyed this video and you love Halloween, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We're gonna have a lot of fun this year. Leave any requests you may have down in the comments and let me know what you are gonna be for Halloween this year. I'm starting this look by mapping everything out with a small brow pencil. This one is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Black. I'm going for a diamond over my left eye, an upside down triangle over my right eye, and then I'm also going to be mapping out a little circle on the tip of my nose as well as the mouth, which is a pretty classic clown mouth shape, I would say. And then I'm also creating some points coming up all along my jawline. So for the mouth, I'm pretty much outlining the shape of my lips, just slightly outside of my natural lip line, and then I'm extending that up into a bigger smile. I'm then creating uneven, kind of skinny points along the jawline and extending those down past my jawline onto my neck. And now we're going to make this into more of a full collar shape, so along my chest and up onto my shoulders I'm creating some fatter points. And then I'm just counting the number I have along my jawline so that I can have the same number on the bottom as I do the top so that we can match up our stripes later on. Next up, I'm using my Sigma FX2 brush to apply an orange body paint all over my face outside of the outlines. And side note, I didn't actually have an orange body paint, so this is the Mehron Beachberry Red mixed with their Yellow Paradise paint to make an orange. I'm using the orange to cover my ears as well. Now moving on to the stripes, I'm starting out with the NYX Pro Foundation Brush and MAC's True Chartreuse Chromacake. I'm applying this to every other set of points, and at the bottom I'm extending it out past the point that I made, but I am still bringing it into a point both at the top and the bottom. And then I'm also using this brush sideways to get a thinner stripe, and then when I want to make it a little bit fatter, I'll just turn the brush slightly and apply it more pressure. So for all these bottom points, I'm taking them out in slightly different directions, but the last one that I have on my shoulder, I am curling it in. And then I also wanted to say that all these stripes are not going to be the exact same width, and they're not going to be totally straight. They're going to be a little bit dark and twisty, but if you want to give it more of a sharp, straight look, go right ahead. Then while I still have this green out, I'm just taking a smaller kind of domed brush to fill in my nose. I'm then using the Sigma FX3 brush, which is pretty similar to the FX2. It's just a little bit shorter, but it's still a flat, skinny brush. So I'm turning that brush sideways as well to do these black stripes, and I'm just going in for kind of a base coat right now, and we'll go in and darken and sharpen up the edges later on. And for these black stripes, I'm taking them just down to where our original points ended. And then for photo purposes, I'm just filling in back onto my shoulders a little bit, but you totally don't have to do that. And now I'm going in with a Sigma E05 liner brush to start adding in some detail. I'm starting out with the top points, I'm outlining the green ones, and then just sharpening up the edges of the black. I'm then starting to create a little bit of shading down from the green points, and I'm using short, light strokes to do so. I'm making sure to keep that very top of the point the darkest and then fade it out as I go down, and I ended up adding a little bit more green back to the bottom of this because I took the black down a little bit too far. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did on this top to the bottom, and I did film this side, but I was getting really frustrated because I kept messing up, so I just did the rest of this side off camera, and we're going to go ahead and do the other side now. I started by defining the black points and then filling in and kind of darkening up the edges, and then to clean it up if needed, I'm taking a clean brush with a little bit of water on it and just gently sliding that along the very edge of the black just to sharpen it up. And side note, that will only work with the water activated body paints, but if you've got another type of paint or an eyeliner or something, you could try using a baby wipe or makeup remover wipe or even some eye makeup remover on a clean makeup brush. So now as you can see, I'm outlining the green points just like I did on the top, only these ones are curving out in all different directions. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I'm just taking some of that green on a detail brush and blending that up into the black to bring it up a little bit. And then to finish off the black stripes, I'm going back in with that FX3 brush to darken them up, and if you need to, you can use that smaller brush to clean up the edges. We're then just adding a little bit of that shading to the bottom of the green points, and then we will be done with our stripes. Moving back up to the face, we're first outlining the nose using the black body paint on the E05 brush. We're then applying the NYX black eyeshadow base to the eyelids, and we're blending this onto the entire shape around the eye as well. This is really going to make our black eyeshadow super black, and it's also going to help prevent creasing. So now I'm packing on the NYX Primal color in Hot Black all over where we applied the eyeshadow base. We don't need to worry too much about the edges right now. We're going to go back in later with the black body paint to clean it up and darken everything. I'm then giving my lashes a quick curl, and then we're really going to black out our lash line. I'm using the NYX Slide-On pencil in jet black, and we're first lining across the top lash line, then the tight line, and then we are doing the lower waterline, and on top of the liner we're packing on that Hot Black Primal color to really set everything nicely. And here you can really see the difference between no eyeliner versus eyeliner. I'm then applying the Starcrushed Minerals Glitter in the shade Dark Energy all over the lid, and then fading that out as I move away from the eye. I'm then going back in with the black body paint on the Sigma 05, and I'm just using this to sharpen up and darken around those edges. And I also wanted to create more of a jagged look around the outside, so I'm using kind of short, uneven, very light strokes around the outside, as well as making the edge a little bit wavy so that it's not perfectly straight. Then we're just going to do the same thing on the other eye. Now that we're happy with our shapes, we're going to go back in with the black glitter and apply that to the points so that we have the most glitter right at the points, and then again kind of blending that in towards the eye. And then I also decided to apply this glitter to the black points along the jawline. To finish off the eyes, I'm applying just a few coats of black mascara to top and bottom lashes. I'm then using Vanish from the KVD Monarch palette to do a little bit of contouring just along the cheekbones, and then I'm blending that up onto my temple area as well as back onto my ear. I'm then lightly applying a yellow eyeshadow to the highlight areas of my face. Now I'm going in with a medium brown shadow on the Sigma E36 blending brush, which is just a small blending brush, and I'm using this to create some shading where the ridges would be on the pumpkin. And then I'm also using that brown eyeshadow to contour down the sides of the bridge of my nose, and then I'm using that yellow eyeshadow on a bigger blending brush to blend out all the brown. I then decided to go in with a golden highlight shade to apply in between all the brown lines. To give the collar piece some dimension, I'm using that brown eyeshadow and applying it in between all the points using that Sigma E36 brush, and I'm just blending that out, keeping it darkest at the very bottom of the point. And I'm going to do the same thing along the bottom part of the collar as well. And then for the mouth, I'm filling in the entire shape using the NYX Above and Beyond Concealer in Lavender, topped off with the NYX Hot Single in Ultraviolet. And if you have a purple body paint or red and blue body paint to mix into a purple, that would work as well. I'm then going back in with the Chromacake on a small detail brush to outline the outer part of that mouth shape, and I'm starting at about the corner of my mouth, and once I have the line drawn on, I'm going to go back in and drag that line in to soften up the end. And then to finish everything off, I'm going in with that small domed brush again and the Chromacake, and I'm putting a dot on either side of the corner of that mouth. And then I'm using the black body paint on another small detail brush to create a small swirl on each side. And let me tell you guys, I had a rough go filming this one, so I was so happy and excited when it all came together. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, remember to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it with all your Halloween loving friends, and I will see you guys in the next one.